The NHL's worst team, the Quebec Nordiques. We'll be right back. This is the Los Angeles Kings Hockey Network.
Teams stack up against each other. Offensively, Quebec last, 21st. The Kings second, so no contest there. Defensively, both clubs near the bottom. Quebec actually at the bottom. 295 goals against. The Kings 252, rank 18th. Special teams in the middle of the pack on the power play for the Nordiques. They're 12th. The Kings 7th at 22.9%. Penalty killing, the Nordiques are 17th. Kings right behind them at 18th. And the Kings power play has featured only 2 goals in the last 20 chances in the last 5 games. And right now the two clubs line up for O Canada and America the Beautiful, sung tonight by Warren Wiebe.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, thee true, north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains, majesty above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Warren Wiebe with America the Beautiful and O Canada as we get set for the Kings and Nordiques. The officials, the referee tonight, Rob Schick, and the linesman, Swede Knox, along with Dan Shakti. The Nordiques will set up and defend to our left in the first period with young goaltender Scott Gordon between the pipes on the year. A win, 4 losses, no ties, average 5.62. He was recalled January 29th from Halifax in the American Hockey League. Mario Gosselin gets the start for the Kings on the year. 6 wins, one of them against his former team, Quebec, this year. 9 losses, a tie, and an average of 4.04. The Kings scratches Beck, Robinson, Makela, Crowder, and Miller, Rudy, and Granato. First period, here's Bob.
All right, Nick, thank you very much. Kings win the draw and drive it in the Quebec zone. It comes around on the right side, and in the corner, Dave Taylor, he gets checked there. Taylor goes back behind the net, rolled it in front, and a shot by Robitaille, tipped it into the corner. Robitaille with it again. Right wing side, but it's taken away by Tony Herkus. Herkus for the Nordiques, passing on the right side to Peter Stastny. His pass across the line, a shot is knocked down, and a rebound on the right side, picked up by Sakic. Sakic for the Nordiques. His pass along the boards, Nordiques within the Kings zone. Here's Curtis Lasician. He sends it down to the corner. Kings just underway. Nordiques still with it on the left wing side. Into the slot. Herkus with a shot deflected wide. Comes back over to Peter Stastny to the right point. Shot from there, and a glove stop by Gosselin as Marois had the shot. And Gosselin reached out and he gloved it, and he hangs on for the face-off.
Well, the Kings starting the Alec Taylor-Robitaille combination. Luke 3 goals in the 4-game road trip, including goal number 40 on the year. So now Luke has a string of 40 goals in each of his 4 NHL seasons. 6 points this year in the 2 previous games with Quebec. And Luc Robitaille hopefully will celebrate tonight's 24th birthday with a couple of goals. 24 years old for Luc Robitaille.
Faceoff will be to the left of the King goaltender Mario Gazin. The game just underway. Claude Loisel out to face off for the Quebec Nordiques, and the puck goes into the corner after the Kings won the draw. And taken on the right side now by Laidlaw. Laidlaw moves it up to center. Kings with it. Pass by Bukestad on the right side. Comes in deep in the Quebec zone. And the goaltender, Scott Gordon, the rookie, throws it back in the corner. Bukestad kicks it down in deep. Now Bukestad battles behind the net. He gets checked there. The Nordiques have it. No score first period. Pass up to the blue line. Now out to center ice. Quebec with it. McRae gets stopped in front of the King bench. Taken by Brian Benning. Here's Benning for the Kings. Ahead to Kruzhelnyski. Off his stick. And covering up. And clearing it back out to center. Michel Petit for Quebec. Nordiques with it in their own zone with 18:40 to go in the first period. There's no score in the game. Pass taken away by John Tonelli. His pass stolen. Across the line, Jeff Jackson. King zone, but his pass comes wide of the King net and played now by Laidlaw. Kings with it. They move it quickly off the stick of Kruzhelnyski to center. Nordiques take it away and drive it right back into the King zone. Nordiques changing up on the fly. Kings have in their own zone as the puck is at the King blue line. Now comes off the left side to Kruzhelnyski. Here's Kruzhelnyski across the line. Quebec zone. Pulls it down the left side. Up the middle is Duchesne. They can't get it to him. The puck taken away by Curtis Lesishin. Now it rolls up the middle. Duchesne intercepts. Left side. He shoots and it's tipped wide. Gretzky on the ice for the Kings. Puck is along the left wing boards. Quebec zone. Puck is taken now and cleared to the blue line and past Duchesne out to center ice. Back to the King blue line. Tim Waters gets checked there. Puck comes up to center ice. Mike Allison gets it ahead to Gretzky. Gretzky rolls it to the Quebec line, but Curtis Lesishin breaks it up. Now taken by Allison. Across the line to Gretzky. Right side Quebec zone. Gretzky hangs on. Now he shoots and a save. Rebound Duchesne. And he never got the shot off as he came down the middle. Duchesne went to shoot and never did get the good shot. The puck rolled into the corner. Now the Kings trying to hold it in. It's against the left wing boards. Nordiques dig it out. And Darren Kimball rolls it all the way back into the King zone. We're going to get an icing call on Quebec. 17:24 to go in the first period.
Gretzky fires from the right circle. The save is made, and the rebound. Allison tipped it right up the middle to Duchesne, but Duchesne fanned on it as Loisel came sliding in front to hamper Duchesne's attempt at that shot.
Kings win the draw. Newcomer Bob Halkitis chases it down, but Michel Petit of the Nordiques takes it away, and he fires it down to the King zone. Here's Bob Kudelski for the Kings. Moves it back behind the net. McSorley checked hard there. His pass to the blue line. Petit holds it in. Nordiques with it. Stefan Morin shooting and a save by Gazin. Nice stick save on the attempt by the rookie, Stefan Morin. Kings come back across the line and down the right side. Tonelli, he's checked into the boards by Michel Petit. Puck comes off the boards, and the Nordiques have it in their own zone. Back they come to center ice. Michel Goulet sends it down the right side to Mark Fortier, and he can't catch up with it. Comes in deep in the King zone, sent around the boards by Halkitis. Over now a pass by McSorley behind the net, stolen by Fortier. Fortier's pass to the blue line. Now a shot from there is deflected, and John Tonelli clears it to center. Here's Tonelli for the Kings. Left wing, Quebec zone. Tonelli driving in deep, but he can't get around Mario Marois. Marois took it away. He sends it around over to Michel Goulet. Here's Michel Goulet. Back to center ice with no score in the first period. Kings take it away. Peter Preisler at center ice. He fires it back in the Quebec zone. Puck is back behind the net, and veteran Mario Marois goes for it there. Can't clear it out. Right point, Kings hold it in. Waters down to Gretzky, but it's broken up by another newcomer now, Brent Severin, a rookie. And the Nordiques come back out to center ice. Puck driven down by Claude Loisel into the King zone, and Goslin stick handles with it. He gets it on the left side to Preisler. He moves it quickly to Allison. Here's Allison to center to Waters. Waters at the red line, now across the line. Waters still with it. He drives it off the glass, left side. Gretzky with it. Gretzky down in the corner, dropped it off, left wing board. Puck is taken there as a battle for it along the boards on the left side by Sandstrom. Now it's taken by Allison to the blue line. Right side, a shot by Waters and a stick save. The rebound bounces up the middle, held in by the Kings, but Waters pass deflects to the right point. He's got it again. Holds it right on the line. He gets it down the corner. Here's Gretzky with it up the middle, and it comes out to the left point. Taken by Preisler. Preisler waits, now passes in behind the net, taken there by Gretzky. Gretzky tried to roll it in front, broken up by the Nordiques, not clear. Preisler holds it in to Gretzky. Gretzky's pass in the middle, penalty coming up against Steve Finn of Quebec. And And the whistle blows. Cross-checking is the call against Finn. And the Kings go on the power play.
Defenseman Steve Finn of the Nordiques for cross-checking. Mike Allison is going to be in front. Actually, it wasn't Allison. It was Sandstrom. And 29 Finn checks him from behind. Nordiques' best chance, Stefan Morin, a right winger. And a good save by Goslin, reaching out with that right arm. Morin just recalled from Halifax in the American Hockey League. Now the Kings go on the power play. 7th in the NHL, 22.9%. Nordiques penalty killing, 17th. Kings in their last 5 games, all losses, just 10% on the power play, 2 of 20.
Now Robitaille back behind the net in front. Ellick, and a save by Gordon. Ellick at point blank got the pass, got the shot, and the save was made by Scott Gordon. Puck comes all the way back in the King zone. Now around to the King blue line to Robitaille. He gets it in the King zone to Steve Duchesne. He's chased in by Jeff Jackson. We have no score in the first period with 14:52 to go in the period. Puck is in front of the King bench, taken away now by Paul Gillis. And Gillis of the Nordiques sends it back into the King zone. Duchesne over to get it. Kings moving from our right to our left as you join us on radio and TV. And here's Todd Ellick. Ellick gives it across the line. Quebec zone to Robitaille. Now the right side to Taylor. Into Ellick in the right wing corner. He gives it to Robitaille. Robitaille on the right side. The blue line to Duchesne. Duchesne, he sends it down the middle. Tipped by Ellick and a stop by Scott Gordon. And he hangs on for the face-off.
Well, the Kings were able to gain the attacking zone because they gave Todd Ellick the puck at center, and he had speed, and that speed created the opportunity, improving game by game, no question about it. 6 points in his last 6 games. When he was recalled in mid-December, he was leading New Haven in scoring. Ellick started the power play with a bang-bang play with Robitaille, but his shot from about 5 feet was kicked out by Scott Gordon. Todd Ellick, since becoming a regular, is averaging a point a game, 13 points in 12 games.
Wayne Gretzky out now to take the draw for the Kings in the Quebec zone, and off the boards, Gretzky plays it to the blue line to Duchesne. He tried to give it to Fraser, but it's intercepted. Jeff Jackson to center for Quebec. Jackson across the King line, left wing. He shoots. It's deflected up out of play by Peter Fraser. This is an officially copyrighted broadcast of the Los Angeles Kings Limited and is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, rebroadcast, or other use of the accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Kings is prohibited.
Co-coaches for the 8th straight game, Rick Wilson, top of your screen in the simulcast, Cap Rader on the bottom. Again, if you've just joined us, Tom Webster will undergo ear surgery on Tuesday here in Los Angeles. Recovery time listed at 3 weeks. Michel Bergeron back behind the Nordique bench after a couple of years with the New York Rangers. And his assistant is Robbie Fatorik, who they just brought up from Halifax in the American Hockey League.
Now off the draw in the King zone. Kings with it on the power play for another 57 seconds. We have no score in the first period. Here's Peter Fraser. Fraser moves it up the left side to Thomas Sandstrom. He gives it to Mike Allison. Allison over to Gretzky, Quebec zone. He tried to give it to Duchesne. Duchesne with it, then it's tipped away from him. Sandstrom goes for it. He can't control it, and it's cleared by Curtis Lesician of the Nordiques. Fraser back to get it. 37 seconds to go on the King power play. Fraser's pass would have been a 2-line pass. Gretzky had to let it go. We're going to get a icing call against the Kings here, and they'll move it back into the King zone to face off with 29 seconds left to go with this man advantage.
Robbie Fatorik, the Kings coach for almost 2 seasons, let go at the end of last year. Got a job with the Nordique organization, and we spoke to Robbie on the pregame show on Prime Ticket tonight, and he could barely talk, so he's doing a lot of talking behind that bench with Michel Bergeron.
Well, there are 2 guys that can talk. Bergeron used to love to get up on the boards and wave his arms and scream and holler.
He's probably done that so much this year that he needed someone to relieve him for the final 20 games.
Faceoff will be to the right of the King goaltender, Mario Goslin, a former member of the Quebec Nordiques, and he's beaten them once this year, 6-1 here at the Forum. Puck taken to center ice now by Bob Halkides of the Kings. Just called up from New Haven. He sends it around the boards on the right side. Sandstrom poked it down the corner, but it's intercepted by Michel Petit. He gets it up the left side, and it is now cleared out to center ice by Tony McKechnie. Picked up to the red line by Halkides. His pass to the Quebec zone. McKechnie back to get it. Clears it out to center. 1 second to go on the power play, and it's over. Kings are 2 of their last 21 with a man advantage.
Best chance was early. Ellick was set up by Robitaille. Ellick had another opportunity and a tip attempt from Duchesne's shot at the right point. Both of those opportunities were early in that power play.
Quebec clears it all the way back in the King zone, and Marty McSorley back to get it. He moves it off on the right side to Bob Halkides up to center ice, and a two-line pass. Gretzky got it just on the other side of center ice. No score first period. This is the Los Angeles Kings Hockey Network.
Great year in the American League before he was recalled 2 days ago. Was leading the league, the AHL in goals with 45 and 47 games. Bukestad, 28 years old.
And Kruzhelnyski poked it out to center, but not before one of the Nordiques touched it, and an offside was called, so they'll face off just outside the blue line. Mike Kruzhelnyski is at center on this line. John Tonelli's on the left side with Bukestad over on the right.
Well, we may see Gretzky double shifting quite a bit tonight. They've got 11 forwards in the lineup and an extra defenseman, 7 defensemen.
Now the Nordiques with it at center ice. Here's Michel Petit. Petit on the right side. Drives it hard into the King zone. Puck comes around on the left side and rolls toward the slot. And in deep, poked away by Goslin before Peter Stastny could get there. Here is Bukestad for the Kings. Up to center ice. He gives it to Kruzhelnyski. Across the line to Tonelli. Tonelli tried to feed it back to Kruzhelnyski. Broken up and cleared back out to center ice. No score first period. 12:29 to go in the period. Kings have it back in their own zone. Now pass off the boards up the center to Bukestad by Laidlaw's broken up. Comes back into the King zone. Laidlaw with it again. He gives it up at center ice to Kruzhelnyski. Back to Laidlaw in the King zone. He sends it over the left side to Brian Benning. Benning flips it down in the Quebec zone. Chased in deep and then cleared by Herkus out to center ice and back down across the King line. Back to get it, Steve Duchesne. We have no score in the first period. Nordiques intercepted center ice. Across the line. Herkus with a shot wide to the left side. And Goslin puts it up on the boards. Puck comes to the blue line. Here's Lesishin. His shot deflected into the corner. Picked up by the Nordiques again. No score first period. Here's Mark Fortier, right wing corner. Fortier along the boards. He gets checked there. The puck taken by Fraser. Fraser sends it up the middle. Kings with it. Kruzhelnyski chips it high in the air to center ice. Kings want a line change. Gretzky comes on for the Kings. Kudelski is also on. Casper out for the Kings. Puck is driven down into the King zone and played off the boards by Goslin. No score first period. 11:28 to go in the period. Here's Casper to center for the Kings. Casper across the line. Quebec zone. He sends it toward the net. Covered up by Gordon. Kudelski was trying to get there, and Gordon had it covered up. Then he moves the puck back behind the net to Mario Marois. Gretzky tried to steal it, and he almost did. Nordiques get it to center ice. Here's Marois to the King line. Across the line. Dropped it for Fortier. His pass knocked down. Kings have it. Halkides to center. Kings may have a 2-on-1. Gretzky and Casper. Gretzky to Casper. He shoots. He scores! A 2-on-1. Gretzky on the left side to Casper on the right side, and he goes up high to score his second goal in the last 16 games, and the Kings lead 1-0.
Well, at the other end, Marois got caught up ice defenseman, and for the first time, either team got caught in that position for an outnumbered attack here in the first period. Gretzky playmaking to Casper, and Casper waits for Gordon to slide across and go down, and he put it in under the crossbar. His 16th goal. Gretzky will pick up 1 assist, 81st assist of the year. The goal at 9 minutes here in the first period.
Now the puck sent up to center ice and chased into the Quebec zone by Mike Allison. He's checked on the left side as the Nordiques try to take over. Casper steals it in front. Backhander knocked down, and the Nordiques come back. They've got a 3-on-2 working to center ice. Here's Darren Kimball. Kimball right side. McKechnie shoots and a save off the stick of Goslin, but an offside was called. Offside Quebec. We'll be back.
The 9-minute mark. Casper with his 16th from Gretzky and Bob Halkides in his first game since being recalled. Halkides has prior NHL experience with the Buffalo Sabres. He was with their organization for 5 years.
Now the Kings with it at center ice. Here's Robitaille, but his pass taken away by Peter Stastny, but Robitaille gets it back again. He gets it to Todd Ellick. Ellick, Quebec zone. Ellick's pass right side, shot by Waters, deflected off escape. Finn goes into the corner. He's spun around by Dave Taylor, right wing side. Taylor and Finn battle. The puck comes loose in the corner. Robitaille tried to get it. Now behind the net, Robitaille tried to roll it in front to Taylor, but it was broken up. Marois clears it up on the left side. Nordiques come to center ice, trailing 1-0. Pass on the right wing to Peter Stastny, taken away by fellow Czechoslovakian Peter Brazler of the Kings. He sends it back down in the Quebec zone. 9:54 to go in the first period. Bob Miller along with Nick Nixon and Randy Hahn. Kings are up 1-0. Here's Mario Marois for the Nordiques. Fires it out to center ice, now to the King line. Broken up by Tim Waters. Waters sends it up to center ice. Kings with it now. Pass ahead, went behind Gretzky, untargeted, knocked away by Scott Gordon, the rookie goaltender. Mario Marois for Quebec moves it up on the left side as the Nordiques bring it across the King line. Now here's Tony Herkus with a shot wide to the left. Rebound off the boards into the corner. Taken by Sandstrom for the Kings. Sandstrom back behind the King net, moves it up to Gretzky on the left side. He gives it back to Thomas Sandstrom. Here's Sandstrom up to center ice now to the Quebec line. Chops it off on the right side to Allison. Allison to Benning. Left side. Benning shoots! Knocked down on the glove of the goaltender Gordon. Allison with it, but his pass comes out to center ice. Benning covers up. He sends it back now, and Laidlaw's pass knocked down across the line. King's zone shot by Loiselle was blocked nicely by Laidlaw. Nice play by Laidlaw, and Gretzky's got it. Gretzky right side Quebec zone, and the Kings go offside at the Quebec line. 1-0 Kings.
In the two previous games against Quebec this year, 8-4 and 6-1 victories. Gretzky trailing Mario Lemieux at one point, I think, by 14 points, but now Lemieux is going to sit out a week with his bad back, so Gretzky will get right back into the thick of things for the scoring championship.
Face-off outside the blue line of the Quebec Nordiques. They're moving from our left to our right here in the first period, trailing 1-0. Nordiques move it up to center ice now. Morin, the rookie, sends it on the right side and then gets it back again. His pass in front is tipped there by Jeff Jackson, but cleared away by Gaza. Now behind the King net, Marty McSorley goes for it. It's rolled out by Stéphane Morin, picked up by Paul Gillis. Gillis for the Nordiques sends it down in the corner. John Tonelli throws a check there. Puck comes over to Gillis again. Gillis along the right wing boards. Gillis still with him, spinning to try and get away from Duchesne. Duchesne cuts him off. Gillis still has it. Gillis along the boards, checked by Duchesne. Kings take over, move it up to center ice now. Here's Scott Bukestad. Bukestad down the right side, trying to go along the right wing boards. He gets checked and knocked down there. Puck comes in deep, and Jeff Jackson has it for Quebec. 8:13 left to go. We're in the first period. The Kings have a 1-0 lead. Puck rolls in front of the King bench and into the King zone, where Marty McSorley goes back to get it. And McSorley curls right in front of the King net, brings it up the right side, moves it up to center ice to Bukestad. His pass tipped down across the line by Krushelnyski, but taken away by the Nordiques. Michel Petit on the right side to Darren Kimball. Kimball into the King zone. Kimball in the slot. Backhander save in the pads of Gaza. Kimball had a good chance there, and Gaza knocked it down. Now Kimball again on the right wing boards, taken away by the Kings. Up to center ice. Here's Thomas Sandstrom. Sandstrom, 1 against 2. He goes to the right side. Quebec zone. Sandstrom pulls up on the right side. Looks for help. Trying to give it back to the left point. Casper jumped down, but the Nordiques take it away. 1-0 Kings with 7.5 minutes to go in the first period. From center ice, McKigney with a drive, and it's deflected by Goslin up into the crowd. 1-0 Kings, and we'll be right back.
Here is former Nordique goaltender Mario Goslin. 5+ seasons with the Nordiques, 60 wins, an average of 3.53. Defeated Quebec 6-1 December 21st here in Los Angeles. His first appearance against his former team.
Face off in the King zone, the backhander by Herkus, steered away by Goslin. Now behind the net, Nordiques hold it in. Here's Joe Sakic, their leading scorer. Sakic in the right wing corner, gets checked there by Casper, and the Nordiques try to bring it around in front, but a check thrown. 2 Nordiques get knocked down. The Kings in the 3-on-2. Here's Praisler, left side, Nordique zone. Praisler in deep, sends it right side, but steered away off the stick of the goaltender Gordon, and the Nordiques bring it back to center. Here's Tony Herkus, formerly with St. Louis, over to Peter Stastny on the right side, but he can't get around Casper. Puck taken by the Kings in their own zone. Kings lead it 1-0. Waters to Casper. Casper the red line. Casper down the left side across the line, sends it down in deep in the Quebec zone with 6:45 to go in the first period. Mario Marois with it now for Quebec. Kings up 1-0. Here's Marois to center. Marois still with it, gains the red line, drives it back behind the King net. It goes off the stick of Goslin. He chased it toward the corner, then drags it behind the net to Duchesne. He leaves it for Ellick. Todd Ellick moves it up on the right side now. Kings still with it. Puck driven down by Kudelski in the Quebec zone. Picked up on the right wing as the Nordiques move it up to center ice again. Wide open game in the first period. Here's Fortier down the right side. Fortier's pass up the middle. Lasicious with a shot and a save off the stick of Goslin into the corner. Wasn't a hard shot by Lasicious, and now the puck is whistled dead along the boards. 1-0 Kings. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Los Angeles Kings Hockey Network.
Joe Sakic out to take the draw for the Quebec Nordiques. One of the few bright spots for the Nordiques.
Is in the King zone. Todd Ellick gave it away behind the net, and Fortier sends it up the middle. Nordiques hold it in. Sakic up the middle. His pass hit the skate of Petit and is taken away by Dave Taylor. Taylor back to center for the Kings. Kings up 1-0. Pass to Todd Ellick out of his reach. Here's Mark Fortier. His pass at center ice stolen by Taylor. Right side. Here's Robitaille. Gets the puck too far out in front of him and had to chase it into the corner. When the puck came to him, he had a lot of room on the right wing, but it rolled off his stick. Now Ellick with it, right circle. Ellick gives it to Robitaille, up the middle, Duchesne, back to Robitaille, right wing side. Robitaille sends it to Ellick. Ellick chipped it back toward the blue line. Robitaille gets knocked down, and the puck is cleared back down into the Kings zone. No icing. It just caught a part of that crease, the corner of the crease. 5:22 to go in the first period. 1-0 Kings. The goal by Steve Kasper. Puck taken by Laidlaw for the Kings. Up to center ice to Duchesne. Duchesne to Robitaille. Tipped it over to Bjugstad. Bjugstad down the right side. Can't get a shot or a pass. Marois took it away. Marois for the Nordiques. He moves it out to center ice, but Bjugstad comes back to take it. His pass on the left side is swept down by Cruz Trubisky. He's in the Quebec zone. 5 minutes to go in the first period. 1-0 Kings. Nordiques with it. Steve Finn on the left side. They move it up to center ice now, trailing 1-0. Pass over to Stéphane Morin. He tips it down with his skate into the King zone. Broken up there, but held in by Jackson. Jeff Jackson with it, and he got a stick up high on Tonelli, and a penalty coming up against the Nordiques. Bjugstad fires it in the Quebec zone. The goaltender plays it, and the whistle blows, and Tonelli got high sticked. And a penalty coming up against Quebec.
Going to go off for high sticking John Tonelli. And the Kings will work on the power play right side. See Jackson 25 turn off the check and get the stick up right there on the left side of Tonelli's face. The referee Rob Schick came over to see if he was cut or injured. He was not, so it's a 2-minute minor penalty. Kings 0 for 1 on the power play tonight, but they lead it 1-0 on the goal by Kasper from Gretzky and Halkitis.
And Tonelli wins the draw. Quebec zone to Duchesne, to Benning at the left point. Benning on the power play, gets it at the blue line to Duchesne. Back on the left side to Benning. Benning with a pass on the right side. Sandstrom tried to pick it out of midair. He couldn't do it. Puck comes over the right wing boards and rolls toward the blue line. Tonelli holds it in for the Kings. Here's Tonelli to the blue line to Duchesne. Duchesne top of the slot. Kings on the power play. Over to Thomas Sandstrom. Sandstrom sends it down the corner to Gretzky. Gretzky goes behind the net. Gretzky waits there. Quebec zone behind the net. He looks in front. He had Tonelli there. Now Gretzky with it again. Behind the net. He still waits. He stick handles. He's got Benning in front. He's got Tonelli in front. He scores! John Tonelli! John Tonelli was right out in front, and Wayne Gretzky set up shop behind the net, and he saw Tonelli right there, got it to him, and he put it off the arm of the goaltender. Gordon into the net. Kings lead 2-0.
Tonelli was being tied up by McKegney, and McKegney was tripping Tonelli as he went to shoot off the pass, but Tonelli had the presence of mind to stay right with the play, and he scores his 24th. Gretzky with the assist at 15:57, so a power play goal. Hopefully that'll get the power play on track. Kings have had a couple of good chances here in the first with the power play.
Now Robitaille down the left side. Robitaille, Quebec zone, his pass to the blue line. He gets it back in the slot, trying to roll it in to Kadelsky, but it's taken away. Back come the Nordiques to center ice. Peter Stastny down the right side, goes into the slot. His pass on the right side now. Sakic shooting wide. Rebound off the boards at the left point, held in there. Lecition drives it in deep and comes around the boards on the right side. Kings are up 2-0 with 3.5 minutes to go. Here in the first period, Kings dig it out and clear it to center ice.
The goal, Tonelli's 24th, the power play goal at 15:57. Gretzky and Sandstrom.
Thomas Sandstrom, 15th point in the 13th game that he's played for the Kings since the trade with the New York Rangers. Now a check by Bob Halkitis on Sakic in the left wing corner. He hit him pretty good into the boards and knocked him down. Halkitis now checking Sakic again as the puck comes up ahead and is picked up by the Kings at center ice. Here is Kasper. Rolls it down the left side of Robitaille. Robitaille along the left wing boards. Robitaille still with it. It comes to the blue line, and Halkitis with a shot deflected, and the Nordiques come back. 2:48 to go, first period. Puck taken now across the King line and sent down in deep behind the net, where Halkitis goes back to get it. He starts back out again for the Kings now. Kings up 2-0, 2:37 to go in the first period. Here is Thomas Sandstrom. Sandstrom on the right side, drives it all the way back behind the Quebec net. Puck comes around the left side. Fraser tried to pinch in and hold it in, but he couldn't do it. Nordiques clear it to center. Nick will be talking with King head coach Tom Webster at the end of this period. We'll find out about the surgery that he's going to undergo on Tuesday. Here is Marty McSorley across the line. Gives it to Gretzky. Quebec zone. Gretzky down the right side. Gretzky driving behind the net. Gretzky wrap around. Pass up the middle, but intercepted by the Nordiques. It's taken by Michel Goulet. His pass on the board, stolen by Gretzky. Gretzky in the corner. Gets it behind the net to Sandstrom. Sandstrom had his pass go off the boards. Nordiques with it. They move it up to Mark Fortier in the right wing. He clears it to center, taken away by Fraser. Fraser's pass to Gretzky, and he tipped it, and it came up out of play into the crowd. 1:52 to go in the first period. Kings lead it 2-0. This game is coming to you live from the Great Western Forum.
By Casper Antonelli, Bob Halkitis, 23-year-old defenseman, really pounding Joe Sakic in the corner to the right of Goslin on that last rush by the Nordiques.
Now Darren Kimball for Quebec fires from the blue line. It's deflected back behind the King net, taken by Tom Laidlaw. Kings up 2-0. Laidlaw gets it over to Dave Taylor on the right side, to Robitaille, to Ellick. Ellick at center with good speed. Ellick down the right side. He gets pulled down, and the puck rolls in deep behind the net to Robitaille. Robitaille around in front. Backhander is wide to the right. Ellick with it. Plays it off the boards. Ellick on the right side. In the slot. Ellick still with it. Stick handles. Trying to get it to Taylor. It's tipped away. Out to center ice. Chased down by Tony McKegney, but Duchesne swept it away from him. Now the Nordiques with it. Left side. Stefan Morin tried to get around Duchesne. Couldn't do it. Puck taken by Todd Ellick for the Kings. 1:07 to go in the first period. Kings are up 2-0. Here's Robitaille in the Kings zone. He plays it behind the net off on the right side to Duchesne. Up to Robitaille. Robitaille, 24 years old today. Comes across the blue line left side. Robitaille still with it. Pass in front. Broken up by Steve Finn in Quebec. Puck comes back out to center ice. Chased down to the red line and played by Tim Waters to Robitaille. He rolls it into Quebec zone with 45 seconds to go. First period. Nordiques Paul Gillis across the King line. Checked by Gibson. Shot to the left point. Is deflected up high off the glass. Shot was by Lecition. By McRae. Now it comes off on the right side. And a pass taken by Waters. Waters up the center, and he fires it back into the Quebec zone. The net got dislodged. I don't know if they've seen it or not. And now the whistle blows. The net is off the magnets. As the goaltender, Gordon, went back toward his net, he hit the crossbar and knocked the net off the magnets. 24 seconds left to go in the first period with the Kings up 2-0. Say, remember, Monday here is an afternoon game. It's President's Day against the Washington Capitals. 1 o'clock start. And there are tickets available for them, box office and Ticketmaster. It's a holiday. Bring the whole family out Monday afternoon. Face off in the Quebec zone with 24 seconds to go here in the first period. Mike Kruzhelnyski will walk in to take the face off for the Kings. Kruzhelnyski ready on the draw now in the Quebec zone, and the Nordiques control it. Marois sends it behind the net to Lecition. Here's Curtis Lecition. He moves it all the way up to center ice and down into the King zone. This is going to be icing as back to touch it is Laidlaw, and an icing call against Quebec. 12 seconds left to go in the first period. As the Nordiques come back into their own zone for the face-off, Michel Bergeron. First year back with Quebec, he was at the New York Rangers as head coach the last 2 years. He coached Quebec for 7 years before that. He has the second most games coached among active coaches. Only Al Arbour of the Islanders has coached more than Michel Bergeron. 2-0 Kings. Nearing the end of the first period. Only 12 seconds left to go in the period. Face off to the left of Scott Gordon. And Casper will take the draw. Claude Loisel facing off for the Nordiques. And on the draw, the Nordiques control it. Marois puts it behind the net. Lecition plays it there. Up on the left side with 6 seconds to go in the period. Duchesne holds it in. Duchesne, his shot knocked down, and Kudelski swept at it, but it rolled off his stick. And that's the end of the first period here at the Great Western Forum. And Mario Goslin and the Kings skate off with a 2-0 lead. Steve Casper got his 16th of the year from Wayne Gretzky and Bob Halkitis at 9 minutes. And then John Tonelli, a power play goal, his 24th goal of the year from Wayne Gretzky and Thomas Sandstrom at 15:57 as the Kings
lead over the Quebec Nordiques in that first period. The Kings started the scoring at the 9-minute mark when Wayne Gretzky teamed up with Steve Casper on a 2-on-1. Bob Halkitis just recalled, sent Gretzky out at the red line with the 2-on-1 break. Gretzky looked to his left, found Casper, and Casper went up high over top Gordon for his 16th goal of the season. And the Kings got a power play goal early on a power play. Gretzky looking in front for Tonelli, and while being tripped, Tonelli shot down low, went in off Gordon for his 24th, and the Kings lead it 2-0. Look at the shot chart in that first period for the Kings. You see 11 Casper, 27 Tonelli with the goals. 6 Alec had a couple of good chances on the previous power play. And for the Nordiques, their best chance came from Stefan Morin, and you see most of their chances came from the perimeter. So the Kings did a pretty good job in front of Mario Gosselin in that regard. Kings outshot Quebec 9-6, outchanced them 3-2. Face-offs a 9-3 advantage Kings. Kings 1 of 2 on the power play.
Second period underway. Kings moving from our left to our right. 2-0. Kings lead it. Puck is in the Quebec zone. A pass into Todd Ellick in the corner. Broken up. And the Nordiques move it back out to center ice. Here's Tony Herkus. Herkus comes to the King line. His poke checked off his stick. He has it again now. Herkus gives it over to Sakic. He rolls it toward the net. An easy stop there for Mario Gosselin. Kings start back out again. Duchesne can't hang out of it. Now comes the center. Gets it again at the red line. Moves it off on the right side to Luc Robitaille. Robitaille shoots. It's wide to the left. Rebound out to the left point. Taken there by Laidlaw. Laidlaw's pass to Robitaille, broken up, and back come the Nordiques to center ice. Sakic gets it on the right side, and across the line is Stastny. His pass comes back along the boards on the right side, taken away by Dave Taylor. Taylor's pass up to center ice on the left wing, out of the reach of Ellick, taken down by Michel Petit. He clears it out to center ice. Duchesne with it for the Kings, rolls it right back in. We are in the first minute of play in the second period with the Kings up 2-0. Nordiques moving from our right to our left. Pass ahead to Jeff Jackson. He tips it down the right side, back behind the King net. Gosselin clears it up to Gretzky, but it rolled away from him. Now it comes all the way down in the Quebec zone. Here's Michel Petit back to get it. Petit can't clear it. Left point. Fraser with it there. His shot deflected into the right corner. Karem's off the boards, taken there by Michel Goulet. He clears it out to center, intercepted by the Kings. Back at their own line. Here is pass up to center ice by Fraser. Now it comes back into the Kings zone to Tim Waters. Waters ahead to Gretzky. Gretzky with 2 assists tonight. Down the right side, pulls up in the Quebec zone. His pass to Fraser is tipped and is not cleared. Held in by Allison. Allison on the left side. Now it's deep in the corner on the left wing of the Quebec zone, but the Nordiques dig it out. Pass by Loisel up on the right side. Nordiques with a 3-on-2. Goulet gets it on the left side, now gets it back again. His pass in front, and it just went behind the player on the right side. It was Steve Finn. Back come the Kings. Here's Gretzky, left side. Sandstrom's in front of the net. Gretzky drives behind the Quebec net. He gets it out of Waters. He shoots and a save. Puck comes back to Gretzky. Gretzky rolls it, or flips it high in the air. It's taken now by Sandstrom. Sandstrom, left side, drops it off. Allison up the middle of Waters. Waters looking for his first goal of the year. He shoots and a save in the pads of Scott Gordon, and he hangs on for the face-off. 2-0 King. Second period. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Los Angeles Kings Hockey Network. After the goaltender, Scott Gordon, the rookie. Casper will take the draw. Tony McKegney jumps too quickly. Now the Kings win the draw at the right point. Here's Marty McSorley up the middle. Shot is knocked down, and injured on the play is Mario Marois. Marois blocked the shot by Kudelski, and he was injured. He's flexing his right hand.
Yeah, I think he got his right hand in front of his face as he went down, as he tried to block that shot with his body, and he may have opened up his glove, maybe the finger. He's trying to flex that right arm. Kudelski set up by McSorley right in the slot, and down goes Mario Marois, and the shot, well, I think it went up higher on his right arm. Right shoulder, upper right arm.
Boy, they've had some injuries. Fractured right thumb for Mike Huff. Fractured right foot for Joe Sorella. Fractured cheekbone for Guy Lafleur. Marois goes over to the bench. I think he'll be back. 2-0 in favor of the Kings here in the second period. 17:42 to go in the period. Face off to the right of Scott Gordon, the Nordique goaltender. It's taken now by Quebec. Here's Curtis Lesician up to center ice. He fires it high off the glass of the Kings zone, and it rolls and is touched. And we have an icing or face-off coming up, but behind the play, we've got McKechnie and Bob Halkitis upset with one another.
That was a hit right at the whistle, and I think it's going to be an icing call on the Quebec Nordiques. Lesician was just shy of hitting that red line. Bob Halkitis is a tough guy, 23 years old, at New Haven and Rochester this year. He had 137 penalty minutes. He was recalled for a little bit earlier in January. And Tony McKegney for the Quebec Nordiques, not that aggressive over the years, and Nordiques with McKegney, and 6 different teams now for Traveling Tony. Started the season with Detroit, last year in St. Louis. Was with Quebec earlier in his career when Buffalo sent him there. Had a 40-goal season a couple of years ago with the St. Louis Blues. Buffalo, Quebec, Minnesota, the Rangers, St. Louis, and now Quebec again.
During the second intermission, that's section 6.
McKegney takes a seat on the bench. Face-off will be to the right of the goaltender Scott Gordon of Quebec. Kings up 2-0. Kruzhelnyski out to take the draw. Kruzhelnyski with Tonelli and Bukestad on this line. Puck is against the left wing boards. Kruzhelnyski with it. His pass into the corner, broken up by Lasician. He moves it toward the blue line, and then it's poked out to center ice and back down into the King zone. Claude Loiselle poked it into the King zone. Kings clear it back out to center. Here's Steve Finn. Finn for the Nordiques, trying to give it to Darren Kimball on the right side. He didn't get it. Puck comes down the King zone. Kings are up 2-0, moving left to right here in this second period. And now we've got McSorley and McRae getting into a scrap. Back in the King zone. McSorley's had his helmet knocked off. His jersey's pulled up down in front of him. And Ken McRae trying to get in some punches. They're still into the corner. McSorley tries a couple more rights. McRae trying to get it right, but McSorley's got his arm tied up pretty well. Now McSorley trying to throw another punch. I'll tell you, Marty gets undressed in a hurry in these fights, doesn't he? Now, still throwing some rights as the linesmen come in and try and break it up. McSorley trying to get a couple of rights to the back of McRae's head. We have 17:04 to go in the second. 2-0 Kings. This is the Los Angeles Kings Hockey Network.
Of tough customers squaring off. Ken McRae, 161 penalty minutes. He's a forward for Quebec. Marty McSorley came into tonight's action with 244 minutes. They met behind the net of Mario Goslin. Right there, McSorley just kind of took McRae out, and they pushed and shoved, and then the gloves really went flying. And the linesmen separate them. McSorley is going to get an additional 2, so he may get the instigator. No, he gets the original 2 for interference. And we had McSorley with 58 punches to 3 for McRae. All right.
Same guy keeping count there runs the shot clock in Minnesota some nights.
It's called the home computer advantage or something.
Serving the minor penalty for Los Angeles, number 18.
Dave Taylor will go over and serve that minor penalty to Marty McSorley. Kings are up 2-0. We're early in the second period.
Nordiques go on the power play for the first time tonight.
Joe Sakic sends it over to Michel Petit. Petit from center ice fires it down in the King zone. Rebound off the board, taken by Laidlaw. Laidlaw on his backhand can't clear it. Held into the blue line now by Petit. He sends it down the left side. Peter Stastny chasing in deep. Puck is poked away by Waters toward the boards. Kings have it, and it is cleared by Casper back down in the Quebec zone. Kings have Casper and Kudelski up front to kill the penalty, with now Duchesne coming on for Laidlaw, joining Waters back defensively. 1:26 left to go in the power play for the Nordiques. They're trying to get back in the game. Broken up by Waters at the King blue line. He poked it back to center. Taken by Michel Petit for the Nordiques. Over the right side, Joe Sakic drives it hard around the boards. Puck comes on the left side to Michel Goulet. He goes down in deep, pokes it behind the net. Now Goulet with it again, trying to get away from Duchesne. Duchesne sends it over to Waters. Waters left side, can't get around Peter Stastny. Stastny gives it to Darren Kimball. Kimball lost it now behind the King net. Duchesne with it, cleared it past Sakic at the right point, and it comes all the way back in the Quebec zone. 54 seconds left to go on the King penalty to Marty McSorley. Kings are up 2-0. Petit from the right point with a shot high off the glass. Puck taken by Stastny. Stastny on the left side, puts it down in the corner to Goulet. Back to Stastny, to the blue line, taken away by the Kings. Mike Allison. Allison to center. Allison trying to get around Sakic. Allison knocked down. Allison gets up, but he can't get the shot. Good effort by Mike Allison coming down the right side, but now the Nordiques come back across the line. Kimball, he's got Goulet in front. A shot from the right side, deflected up out of play. 2-0 Kings here in the second period, and this game is coming to you live from the Great Western Forum.
Killing that penalty, almost got caught up ice. Allison was doing such a great job along the right wing boards. Duchesne tried to be the third man in to get a pass. He got caught. It was a 2-on-1, but Steve hustled back and deflected the shot on goaltender Goslin. into the crowd.
Nordiques hold it in. Right point. Pass along the line to Sakic. He moves it down the left side with 20 seconds to go on the power play. Now to Sakic. Shooting. A high shot gloved by Goslin. And he didn't drop it down. The rookie Stéphane Morin was waiting for him to drop it down there.
Joe Sakic, Canadian Junior Player of the Year back in 1988. That's an award that Luc Robitaille won his last year of juniors. We mentioned earlier he's one of the players that's going to get a lot of ice time, not only from here on out this year, but for a number of seasons. They can build around him. He does a lot of positive things. Quebec's power play is ranked 12th at 20.7%. Kings penalty killing 18th. We mentioned the problems they've had the last 5 games, allowing 12 in 32 disadvantages.
Former King defenseman Jerry Korab walking by, throwing money at me to get my attention. That'll do it every time, too. Puck is taken by the Nordiques, and a shot from the slot by McKegney, and a save made. And back come the Kings with Wayne Gretzky trying to get away from Mark Fortier. The Kings are back at full strength, and Gretzky still with a puck. Gretzky still with it at center ice, hanging on to it. Now he gives it to Sandstrom. Here's Sandstrom back of the red line. 2-0 Kings. They've killed the Nordique power play, and the Kings still leading by those 2 goals with 14:46 to go, second period, and a pass to Sandstrom is a 2-line pass. We'll be right back. Kings have a 2-0 lead.
2-0 first period goals by Casper and Tonelli. Nordiques on that power play only had 1 shot. Nothing dangerous on Goslin. It was from the point. Sakic.
Now the puck taken by Gillis on the left side. He sends it around on the right side to Jackson. Jackson along the boards, puts it down in the corner of the Kings zone. As the Kings control it in their own zone now. A pass around the right side by the Kings, and up to center ice. Here's Kudelski on the right wing. Kudelski driving down the right side. Pass up the middle of Sandstrom. Back to Kudelski. His pass went wide. Now out of the blue line, Kudelski sends it down the left side to Sandstrom. Behind the net to Gretzky. Gretzky tried to roll it in front and hit the back of the net. Gretzky gets knocked down. And the puck taken by the Nordiques and cleared out to center ice. Here's Michel Petit. Petit to the King line. Petit across the line. He gets checked there, and the puck taken away. Benning moves it to Gretzky. Gretzky with 2 assists tonight. Down the right side, Quebec zone. Gretzky to Sandstrom. He shoots, and a save by Gordon. Rebound. Sandstrom tried to jam it in. He couldn't do it. Scott Gordon made the save, and now Paul Gillis upset with Sandstrom, and he comes in and takes a punch.
Well, Sandstrom going for the front of the net to follow up his own rebound, and he was taken out by Gillis, and then they stared each other down for a couple of seconds, and then up with the right hand came Gillis. So right there, I would think Gillis would get the roughing. I didn't see Sandstrom do anything. Shot by Sandstrom. He tries to go upper left corner. The save is made. He tries to bat in his own rebound as it's in the air, and then Gillis, number 23, cleared him out. Scott Gordon, one of 6 goaltenders that have played for the Quebec Nordiques this year. Tugnut has played the most, 26 games. Millen, they acquired him in December from St. Louis. Then Gordon, Stepan Bissett, a youngster, Mario Brunetta, and the Soviet Sergei Milnikov. They signed him, and he's only played in 5 games. So 6 different goaltenders for Quebec this year. Gordon was just recalled. Gillis is getting the penalty here at 6:06. Roughing is the call, and the Kings go on the power play.
2-0 Kings, and a chance to widen their lead right now as the faceoff is outside the blue line of Quebec. Kings have Wayne Gretzky at center with Robitaille on the left side, Taylor on the right wing, Fraser at the left point, and Duchesne at the right point. Duchesne to Fraser. Fraser across the line, left side. Fraser moves in deep, pass in front of Taylor. He jams at it, save. Fraser shoots. Knocked down in front. Up the middle it comes to Duchesne. Right side to Gretzky. Gretzky, top of the circle, fakes a shot, gives it to Duchesne. He shoots wide to the right side. Rebound. Gretzky takes it off the boards and off the skate of the referee. Gretzky up the middle to Duchesne. He shoots. Save. Rebound just went by the left goal post. Shot scored by Robitaille. Luc Robitaille celebrates his 24th birthday with his 15th power play goal as he got the rebound right in front of the net and put it in, and the Kings lead 3-0.
Duchesne was set up twice. His first blast went off Robitaille and trickled behind the goaltender past the far post, but Robitaille spinning got the loose puck as a couple of Nordiques went down and looked from behind Gordon's net. You see the shot go off Robitaille by Duchesne, trickle wide, then it's set up right in front. to Luc Robitaille by one of the Kings behind the net.
The 41st goal, 80th goal.
41st of the year for Robitaille. Kings with it again. Kruzhelnicki across the line. Poke checked away, and Joe Sakic cleared it out to center. Taken by Bukestad for the Kings. Taylor and Duchesne with the assists on the goal by Robitaille. 3-0 Kings across the line. Nordiques with it. Kings zone. Here's Sakic. Sends it down the right side. Taken behind the net by Tom Laidlaw. Laidlaw coming back up toward the King blue line now. He moves it up ahead. Here's Kruzhelnicki trying to give it over to Bukestad on the right side. Taken away by Huff. Huff rolls it around the boards. Held in by John Tonelli. His pass off the boards almost came back in front of the net, but the goaltender Gordon scooped it up and he hangs on.
Power play connecting tonight twice. The second power play goal, 6:34 here in the second. Robitaille, 41st from Duchesne and Taylor.
Now Fraser from the left point with a blast and sails wide to the right, and the puck taken by the Nordiques. 3-0 Kings. 12:37 to go in the second. Nordiques with it across the line. Fortier down the middle, but Fraser got a piece of it to knock him away from the puck, and the Kings come back with it. Up on the right side, here's Allison. Allison's pass tipped away at center ice by Stéphane Morin, playing his first NHL game. Back into the Kings zone, and Fraser back to get it. Fraser gives it over to Waters. Waters to Allison. Allison sends it down the right side, Quebec zone, but out of the reach of Casper. The goaltender Scott Gordon puts it back on the boards, and Allison takes it. He overskates those. It's poked away, and back come the Nordiques. Pass up to center ice, stolen by Fraser. Fraser tried to give it to Allison. Would have been offside Kings. Nordiques have it. Here's Stéphane Morin. Back to center ice. Still has it to the red line. He gives it over to Brent Severin, another rookie. He drives it to the Kings zone and take it back behind the net there as the Kings. Bob Kudelski moves it up the left side. It's cleared out to center ice. 11:49 left to go here in the second period. Kings have a 3-goal lead. Jeff Jackson down the right side. He gets checked for the puck, comes off on the right wing boards to Lozelle. Now it rolls away from Quebec and taken by the Kings' Mike Allison. Allison to the red line. Allison still with it. Sends it down in the Quebec zone. Intercepted by Lecition. He moves it back to the right side to Jackson across the line. Jeff Jackson checked, and the puck not cleared. He got checked by Taylor. Nordiques hold it in, but now the Kings control it. Here's Laidlaw back behind the King net. He moves it up on the left side. Kings have Ellick with Taylor and Robitaille up front. Here's Taylor to the red line, down the left side in the Quebec zone. Taylor with it. He's got Ellick in front and Robitaille. Taylor to Robitaille, shoots, and a save by Gordon, and he hangs on.
Net got dislodged. I don't know if that goal would have counted, but Taylor, Robitaille, and Ellick using their speed coming through center. Ellick gives Taylor the puck, and Ellick's going to go right for the front of the net down the middle. Taylor centers it, and Ellick comes in out of the left side of your screen. Went off his skate to Robitaille, but right at that same instant, the net got dislodged. That line again has been the best for the Kings the last 3 weeks. Scott Gordon making that save on Robitaille.
Face off to the right of Scott Gordon. 11:05 to go in the second. Bob Miller with Nick Nixon and Randy Hahn. The Kings have a 3-0 lead. Puck is taken by Curtis Lecition for Quebec, and he moves it up the left side to Tony McKegney. McKegney sends it to center to Claude Loiselle. He rolls it across the Kings blue line, and a battle for it along the boards now. Taylor comes in for the Kings. Ellick is there as Laidlaw, and the puck comes out to center ice, taken by Quebec. Lecition sends it back into the Kings zone. 10:41 to go here in the second period. Kings had a 2-0 lead at the end of one. They have now made it 3-0 here in the second. Pass up to center ice by Bob Halkitis. Comes on the left side to Ellick. He's got Robitaille headed for the net. Ellick pulls up. Ellick in the backhander in the slot. Now to Robitaille. Shoots. Knocked down in front. Up the middle. Duchesne shoots. And it's deflected wide to the left side and taken by Kimball. Kings with a couple of great chances there. Here's Tony McKegney across the blue line. It's broken up by Halkitis ahead to Gretzky. Gretzky 2-on-2. Gretzky across the line. He stick handles. He gives it to Duchesne. Right side. Duchesne shoots over the net. Rebound off the boards. Gretzky chases it down. Gretzky with it, but his pass is tipped out to center ice by Tony McKegney. McKegney for Quebec. Gives it to Joe Sakic. Poked away by the Kings. Picked up at center ice now. Kings with it. Here's Sandstrom. He poked it away from Sakic. He stick handles at center ice. Still has it. He gives it over to Allison. Now to Sandstrom. Now down to Gretzky. Gretzky down the right side, Quebec zone. He's held up by Claude Loiselle. Now behind the net, here's Allison driving there. Poked away. Gretzky with it. Gretzky behind the Quebec net. Pulled down, and a penalty to Marois. A shot on the delayed penalty. A shot by Sandstrom. The save was made. Now it's back behind the net, and Gretzky and Marois are still there, and Allison comes back.
I guess Marois figured he was going to get the penalty, so he just wasn't going to let go of Gretzky. And that's why the fans were reacting as the Kings took a couple of shots with Marwa all over the top of Gretzky behind the net. And at the whistle, Allison came in to help out.
So we're wrestling. He gets some riding time on that, I think. 3-0 Kings.
But at $10,919.
Who started out in 1977 with a Ranger organization. Gretzky going for that loose puck. Spinning away from Allison was Marwa, and he just grabs hold of Gretzky, and down he goes. And then the Kings were working with possession for about 5 or 6 seconds, and Marwa is just not going to let Gretzky go. So, on the power play, the Kings have already matched their total goals on that last road trip. 2. Kings were 2 of 16 on the road. They're 2 of 3 tonight.
Kings win the draw. Quebec zone. Duchesne to the blue line. He moves it off to the left point to Brian Benning. Back to Duchesne. Duchesne back to Benning. Benning tried to feed it over to Sandstrom. It just did roll over there after it was deflected. Now Sandstrom along the right wing boards. Kings up 3-0. Tonelli battling in front of the net. Puck comes into Gretzky. Gretzky goes behind the net. Now pokes it back in the corner to Sandstrom. Tonelli's right in the slot in front of the net. Puck taken by Duchesne to the blue line. Duchesne gives it to Benning. Left side. Benning and tried to give it to Gretzky behind the net. It's poked away from Gretzky. Picked up by Michel Petit. And Petit for the Nordiques is going to have time to clear it. And he stick handles to center and then drives it into the Kings zone. Here's Steve Duchesne. Kings moving left to right with 1:15 to go on the power play. Kings lead it 3-0. Pass on the right side to John Tonelli. He drives it into Quebec zone. Puck comes around left side to Gretzky. Walking in. Gretzky in front. Pass over to Tonelli, but it's tipped away. Picked up by Duchesne. Duchesne gives it left point to Benning. Now to Duchesne, top of the slot. Duchesne on the right side to Sandstrom. Back to Duchesne. Duchesne back to Sandstrom on the right wing. Sandstrom winds, fakes a shot, stick handles with it. Still has it. Now passing down on the right wing corner to Gretzky. Here's Gretzky along the boards on the power play with 49 seconds to go. Gretzky moves it up the middle to Duchesne, who shoots. Save, rebound in front, covered by Gordon. He scooped it up and hangs on. Sandstrom had a couple of whacks at it.
Other games tonight in the National Hockey League. 4 games won this afternoon. Chicago wins at New York against the Islanders 3-1. Montreal handles Hartford this evening 7-3. Toronto holds on to edge New Jersey 5-4, and St. Louis 6-1 over Detroit. Hull got a goal, is 56th. Tell you, the Blues, the hottest team in the NHL. They have lost just 1 in their last 13. Right here, 3-0 Kings. Kasper's 16th, Tonelli's 24th, and Robitaille with his 41st. The Kings 2 of 3 on the power play tonight.
Kings home Monday afternoon, President's Day. The Washington Capitals will be here. There are tickets available. Forum box office and Ticketmaster. Game time 1 p.m. We'll hear it live on KLAC Radio, starting with our pregame talk show at 12:20. Rest of the radio network at 10-1, and later Monday night at 7 o'clock on Prime Ticket. Here is a pass to the right side and a shot by Robitaille and a save by Scott Gordon. Praisler fed it across to Robitaille, who shot off the pass.
Well, that was a good play on both ends because Praisler threaded the needle, but the puck started to roll on Peter as he started to make the pass, and Robitaille just did well to get any type of wood on it and get it on net. Robitaille at the right faceoff dot. Gordon came sliding across to make the save.
Scott Gordon spent a year at Boston College, and he moved to his left and made the glove save, and the shot by Robitaille. Face off to the left of Scott Gordon. Kings have a 3-0 lead. They've got the power play for another 36 seconds, and the puck gets by McSorley at the blue line and comes out to center ice. Praisler backpedaling into the Kings zone. Moves it up to the red line to Robitaille. Here's Robitaille, cuts to the left side. He gives it to Taylor. Taylor trying to give it back to Robitaille. Claude Loisel broke it up, and he cleared it to center and back down into the Kings zone. 18 seconds up to go in the penalty to Mario Marois of the Nordiques. Pass to Taylor at center. He tipped it into the Quebec zone. Petit couldn't clear it. Held in by Praisler. Ellick with a backhander and a save made. Todd Ellick had it and got the backhander, and Gordon made the save on that.
Well, Ellick keeps playing with more and more confidence. He's being used in key situations. Power play, penalty killing, regular shift. Todd Ellick, he has speed and he's using it. This time he cuts into the slot, taking the backhander. He scored a goal on the road trip with that backhand in Toronto. Ellick with 13 points in 13 games since playing regularly. Kings up 3-0. They have completely shut down the Nordiques here tonight. 12-1 in the second period. Kings have not been caught off ice for an outnumbered attack the entire game. Nordiques only had 6 shots in the first. Their only shot here in this period was on the power play by Sakic, and that was from the point.
Now the Kings with a right point. Shot by Laidlaw, deflected by Bjugstad off the glass. And the Nordiques have killed the penalty. They're back at full strength. Puck rolls down into the Kings zone. Tim Waters back to get it. Waters checked by Gillis. Waters sends it behind the King net. 7:20 to go, second period. Kings are up 3-0. Puck is poked out to center ice by Kruzhelnyski, but intercepted by Lesishin for Quebec. Over to Mario Marois, and as he chops it towards center ice, the puck comes out of play. 3-0 Kings. This is the Los Angeles Kings Hockey Network.
The Kings shutting down Quebec here effectively tonight, building that 3-0 lead with a couple of power play tallies.
Now Tim Waters for the Kings drives it back behind the Quebec net. Curtis Lesishin back to get it. Lesishin moves it right up the middle to Sakic. Broken up by the Kings. Laidlaw tipped it down the right side. Here's Bukestad. He got it from Kruzhelnyski. Bukestad to the right point. His pass in front, and Kruzhelnyski got it knocked down. Now a rebound is just sent wide by Bukestad. Puck taken by the Nordiques. Sakic to center. Now the right side. Across the line, Peter Stastny. His pass comes back in the corner behind Marois, and the Kings will try to clear it as Tonelli does. He gets it out to center. 6.5 minutes left to go in the second period. Here's Brent Severin. Severin, a rookie, up to center ice for Quebec. Moves it off the right side. Then they tried to move it back to him, but it's taken away, and the Kings come out to center ice. Here is Kasper with Robitaille. Kasper across the line. Robitaille hits for the net, and the pass just off his stick as he had to reach out for the pass. Now at the left point. Here is Kudelski with a shot. Deflected wide, and loose puck in the corner. Robitaille gives it to Kudelski. Kudelski is spun around there in the Quebec zone. Now he has the puck again. Kudelski trying to give it to Kasper behind the net. He didn't get it. Now Kudelski's pass taken away by Sakic, and he clears it for Quebec out to center ice. Kings back in their own zone. McSorley plays it off the boards to center, taken away by Severin. Fred Severin fires it back down into the Kings zone, and Steve Duchesne has it behind the net. Duchesne gives it to Steve Kasper. He got the Kings' first goal tonight. Kasper to center to the red line. Kasper throws it off the right wing boards in the Quebec zone, and back in to get it, Brent Severin. Severin moves it around the boards, but not out. Kings try to hold it in. Now the Nordiques clear at the center. A bouncing puck taken by Mark Fortier. Fortier across the line, shooting high and off the glass behind the King net. Puck comes out for the blue line. Duchesne clears to the center to Gretzky. Here's Gretzky with it now, trying to give it to the Quebec zone, and it was off Kudelski's stick and played by Michel Goulet. Goulet clears it out to center. I guess Bob Goulet isn't in this game. Puck taken by Sandstrom, left wing side. Sandstrom across the line, gets spun around. Puck comes out to Benning. Benning to Gretzky behind the net. Gretzky, his pass out for the right point. Kings are trying to hold it in, and Sandstrom did, but it bounced off of Michel Goulet back to center. Kings with it again. 4:54 left to go here in the second period. Kings are up 3-0. Nordique third to the Kings zone, taken away by Laidlaw. He sends it down the left side, but would have been a two-line pass. Gretzky let it go. Now he chases it in. Puck is taken by Claude Loisel in the Quebec zone. He clears it out to center ice. Benning for the Kings. Here's Benning. Back down the left side. He's had it knocked down by Marois, and the puck taken away and cleared by Mario Marois. Puck is picked up by Tim Waters for the Kings. He gives it to Benning in center. Benning checked by Ken McRae. Benning sends it down into the Quebec zone, and Mario Marois back to get it. Gretzky took it away. Gretzky rolled it out in front, but Marois is there. 4:15 to go. Second period, 3-0 Kings. Here's Ken McRae for the Nordiques, right wing. McRae, Kings zone, trying to drive around Waters. He tried to center it. It's tipped toward the back of the net, and then the whistle blows.
Watch out, Praisler pushing and shoving with one of the Nordiques, Darren Kimball. Kimball, a tough, aggressive forward, but I think Praisler appreciated that late hit at the whistle.
So the Kings have a 3-0 lead, and we'll pause right now for station identification.
The Nordiques 13-1 here in the second period. 22-7 for the game. They have built up a 3-0 lead. The Nordiques with absolutely no pressure on Mario Gosselin here in this period. They haven't had a lot of opportunities. The Kings are coming back well through center and not giving the Nordiques any room to make plays. Kimball will sit down a couple of minutes. Penalties here at 15:55. Praisler taking Kimball into the boards. We get the whistle. You see Kimball roughed up Praisler on the backside of the helmet. Praisler retaliated, and they pushed and shoved, but they kept down the equipment. Everybody met there. So roughing minors at 15:55. Faceoffs, another one-sided stat tonight for the Kings. 17-3.
Mike Kruzhelnyski will try to win another draw for the Kings, but as they drop the puck, the whistle blows, and they'll do it again. The faceoff to the left of Mario Gosselin. Dan Shakti, the linesman, will drop the puck. Kruzhelnyski facing off for the Kings once again against Stéphane Morin, and off the draw, the Kings win another face-off. Their 18th win on the draw. The puck comes to the blue line, but the Nordiques hold it in. No, they did not. Thought they did, and a shot from the right point was wide, but the puck just came across the line, and then Michel Petit fired from there.
Oh, we mentioned Mario Gosselin. Only one shot he's faced, and that was early when the Kings were killing a penalty when McSorley got 2 for interference at 2:56. So they've gone about 15 minutes without a shot on goal. Gosselin playing against his former teammates, looking for his 7th win of the season.
Nordiques win this draw. Here's Lesishin at center. Fires it down into the King zone. Bob Halkitis over to get it. His pass along the boards held in by Stéphane Morin. Sends it down the corner, and Halkitis is going to get a penalty here. He reached around with his stick, and he's going to get a tripping penalty. Behind the King net, he pulled down McRae. And McRae may be shaken up a little bit on this.
Well, they're going to call it a trip. Looked like more of a hook than a trip, but Halkitis is going to go. He's tying up McRae. McRae spins off a check, and then Bob gets the stick on the right arm, I think, originally, and then the blade got down low, and he tripped over that. And Bob Halkitis, just recalled 2 days ago with Scott Bukestad, both players in the lineup tonight for the Kings, goes off for tripping at 16-15.
Time of the penalty, 16-15.
So the Nordiques will work on the power play. They have not had much offense tonight. Only 7 total shots as assistant coach Robbie Fatorik with his chin in his hand. And next to him is Michel Bergeron. Not much to yell and holler about this year in Quebec. Long season, Nick, when things go like that. Puck is back behind the King net, and a pass out in front, and then a shot is just tipped wide as Gosselin got his stick on it as Stéphane Morin came around in front and tried to tuck it in the corner. Nordiques with it. Morin to the blue line, gives it to Sakic. His pass back to Stéphane Morin on the left side. He moves it down in deep. Now a pass up the middle. Morin with it. Sweeps it back in the corner again. Nordiques with a man advantage. 3:20 to go, second period. Kings with a 3-0 lead. Joe Sakic at the left point. Over to the right point to Michel Petit. He gives it to Tony McKechnie. McKechnie checked from behind. Back to Petit at the right point. Petit gives it to McKechnie. Now into the corner to McRae. Now to McKechnie along the right wing boards. King zone. McKechnie's pass broken up by Waters. McKechnie got it again. Gives it to McRae. Now in the corner to Morin. Back to the right point it goes. Nordiques moving around. Sakic, left point. Pass back on the right side. McRae, his shot deflected wide. Picked up by Waters. Waters pass broken up. McRae for the Nordiques. Back to the right point to Petit. 1 minute to go on the power play. Here's Sakic. His shot blocked but not out by Kasper. Kasper's limping. Sakic down the left side. A backhander and a save by Gosselin. Puck taken by the Nordiques. Stéphane Morin, left side. He drops it down in the corner now to Joe Sakic, their leading scorer. He shoots and a save by the left arm of Gosselin. And the puck cleared back down into the Quebec zone.
Sakic has all 3 shots on the power play here in the period for the Nordiques.
Now the Nordiques again to the King line. Poked away and back down into the Quebec zone as Todd Ellick poked it away. 28 seconds left to go in the power play for Quebec. Here's Michel Goulet. Sends it around the right side to Peter Stastny. He can't bring it out. Now it comes back to Michel Petit. 2 minutes left to go here in the second period. Kings have a 3-0 lead. At center ice, Nordiques with it. Past the King line. On the left side, Peter Stastny. Back to Sakic. Sakic, the left point, can't hold it in. It comes out to center ice. 5 seconds to go on the King power for the King penalty. Puck is at center ice now, and along the board, Sakic moves it there, tipped away from him. Kings are back at full strength as Stastny took a run at McSorley. Nordiques have it now, right wing side. Fortier trying to be around Duchesne. He goes into the corner. Now the loose puck played by Duchesne. He clears it out to center ice. It's going to be taken by the Kings' Marty McSorley. Here's McSorley, Quebec blue line. McSorley's pass, right side, went behind Gretzky. He had to turn around to control it, couldn't do it. Puck taken by Quebec. 1:15 to go, second period. Nordiques with it. Stastny across the line, tried to cut down the middle. Kings take it away. 3-0 Kings lead. Up to center ice. Here's Sandstrom. Thomas Sandstrom to the blue line. Cuts the left side, dropped it for Ellick. He shoots and a save by Gordon. Stick save on the drop pass by Sandstrom to Ellick. And Ellick had a good hard shot from just inside the blue line. But Scott Gordon made the save. 55 seconds to go. Down the middle, Jeff Jackson for Quebec. He shoots, he scores! Jeff Jackson got behind the King defense and went in all alone and he beats Mario Goslin for the first Quebec goal of the game, and it's now the Kings 3, Quebec 1. So the Kings give up a goal with 52 seconds to go. Claude Loiselle with a nice pass as Jackson got free behind the King defense, walked right down the middle and went down low into the net. So the Kings, who've had a problem giving up goals in the final minute of a period, they did it at Detroit 3 straight times, do it here as Jeff Jackson scores. Claude Loiselle will get the assist on it.
25, Jeff Jackson. The assist to number 20.
49 seconds left to go now.
Number 7,
It's only the third shot of the period for the Nordiques. It comes at 19:08. Lecision also gets an assist, as well as Loiselle. Nordiques with it, King zone. It rolls to Gretzky. He tips it off to the left side with 30 seconds to go in the second period. Puck is cleared up to center ice now. Taken away by the Nordiques, and Paul Gillis backhands it into the King zone. Kings start back out, up across the blue line with 15 seconds to go. A pass ahead to Sandstrom. They're trying to break him with the blue line. He got tripped, and the puck comes back behind the Quebec net. They clear it to center, all the way back in the King zone. No icing here. 3 seconds to go in the period. Duchesne back to get it, and that'll do it for the second period. So everything went the Kings' way until 52 seconds remained in the period. The Kings got the first goal of the period. Luc Robitaille, celebrating his 24th birthday, got his 41st of the year from Dave Taylor and Steve Duchesne at 6:34. Then Jeff Jackson for Quebec breaks the shutout. He gets his 5th of the year from Claude Loiselle and Curtis Lecision at 19:08. Shots on goal in the period. Kings
have a 3-1 lead over the lowly Quebec Nordiques. Second period stats after 2 periods, 23-10 the shots for the Kings. Scoring chances 8-4, advantage Kings. Face-offs a wide edge Kings 19-6, and on the power play Kings 2 of 4 and the Nordiques 0 for 2. So the power play coming alive. Well, the Kings homestand continues, getting set to take the face-off. Both clubs will start at full strength. Alec, Taylor, and Robitaille up front for the Kings.
And the Nordiques have it back in their own zone as they trail by 2 goals, headed into the third period. Nordiques moving left to right, come to the King line, poke checked away by Duchesne as he poke checked it away from Joe Sakic. Puck taken now by Dave Taylor. Taylor up to center ice in front of the King bench. It rolls away from him, now taken by Todd Ellick. Ellick across the line. Ellick left side, he shoots, and a save by Gordon. Boy, Ellick, I'll tell you, I like the way he moves, Nick. He's coming across that blue line at full speed, and it doesn't take him long to get at full speed either. Puck comes back to center ice as the Nordiques, Mario Marois drives it back behind the King net.
Not only is he using that speed with the puck, he's using it without the puck.
Now the puck out at center ice, taken right in front of the King bench by Petit. He sends it back into the King zone, picked up there by Laidlaw. Laidlaw back to center, sends it into the Quebec zone, and it'll be chased down by Steve Finn. Finn has it in his own zone. The Nordiques, when trailing going into the third period, they've trailed 36 times this year. They're 0-35-1. They have never won this year when trailing going into the third. They are trailing tonight 3-1. Puck comes up out of play. So we'll have a face-off coming up. Claude Loiselle, number 20, out for the Quebec Nordiques. Face-off will be outside the blue line of Quebec.
0-35-1 when they trail after 2 periods. The Quebec Nordiques obviously in not a good position right now, trailing 3-1 after the second period. The Nordiques, Bob, this year have had 3 substantial winless streaks. 0-8, 0-11, and 0-10-4. That's a total of 33 of their games over half their schedule when they went without a win.
Now whistle as the puck is offside of the blue line of Quebec. 3-1 Kings. We'll be right back.
Nordiques woes, but you know, a lot of their older players just are not contributing much anymore. Peter Stastny, Goulet, Guy Lafleur is hurt. Tony McKegney on the downside. Lucien Deblois out with the flu. But Stastny and Goulet tonight, boy, they just haven't been a factor. They haven't been dangerous at all offensively. And here are 2 guys that have had great careers offensively.
Now the puck out at center ice. Kings have a 2-on-1. Sandstrom and Gretzky. Sandstrom in the slot to Gretzky. He scores! Well, a 2-on-1 with Wayne Gretzky getting the pass from Thomas Sandstrom. Sandstrom came down the left side, cut toward the slot, gave it to Gretzky, fired right deep in the right circle, and beat Scott Gordon. And the Kings lead 4-1.
Well, it's chipped out by Allison and Preisler to Sandstrom, a 2-on-1. Great play by Sandstrom. The defenseman commits. That's when Sandstrom makes the pass, and all Gretzky had to do was shoot off the pass in one motion for his 32nd of the season. Sandstrom with a nice setup. The goal at 1:32, and the Kings have a 3-goal lead again. Also assisting on the play, Peter Preisler.
Now the Nordiques in their own zone chase it down in deep. Here's Brent Severin. He put it around behind the net. It comes around on the board to the right side. McSorley tried to hold it in. Severin takes it away. Again, McSorley holds it in the right side. Penalty coming up. Penalty coming up here as
Goulet went down. McSorley got by Goulet and was playing the puck. And I don't know who's going to go. I think it's going to be a King. We'll be back. This is the Los Angeles Kings Hockey Network. Interference at 2:01 here early in the third period. Kruzhelnyski comes by and he just takes the feet out from Goulet, and that allows McSorley to go in deep. So Kruzhelnyski got caught. Nordiques will work on the power play for the third time tonight. They're 0 for 2. The Kings are 2 of 4.
Taken by Michel Petit now for the Nordiques. Tried to give it a Fortier. Sends it up to center ice now, and is broken up by Casper, and he sends it back down into the Quebec zone. Now Casper batted it out of midair, but then when it's played again, we have a whistle. 4-1 Kings, and we'll pause right now for station identification.
4-1 the Kings. The fourth goal, Gretzky, his 32nd and third point of the night. Sandstrom and Preisler with the assists at 1:32. Kings have scored on two 2-on-1 breaks after defensemen have chipped the puck out of their own zone.
Now the Nordiques send it down in the King zone, and Tom Laidlaw back to get it. Plays it around the net over to Waters. Waters gets checked, but he spins off the check, and the Nordiques try to hold it in. They do. And no, they don't. It rolled away from Petit at the blue line. He had it and was holding it onside, then it rolled off his stick. The Kings clear it all the way back in the Nordiques zone with 1:18 to go, and the King penalty. Mike Kruzhelnyski getting the penalty, and the Nordiques come to center ice. They're down by 3 at 4-1. In deep now, a pass by Stefan Morin, broken up by McSorley. Played now by Duchesne, and he clears it the length of the ice.
Morin has been one of the more impressive forwards tonight for Quebec, even more so than a guy like Joe Sakic. He is skating, moving, and creating some type of offense and some chances.
Here's Michel Petit. Gets it off on the right side, out of the reach of Sakic. Comes down in deep behind the King net. Duchesne with it there. Puts it high on the right side to Ellick, and Ellick clears it out to center ice. 42 seconds left to go in the Quebec power play. They're down 4-1. Here's Ken McRae across the King line. He shoots, and a stick save by Goslin. McRae tried to go down low on the right side, and Goslin made the stick save, and the Kings clear it all the way back behind the Quebec net. Picked up by Michel Petit. Quebec moving from our left to our right here in the third period. 4-1 Kings. Puck driven by Peter Stastny down into the King zone. Waters played it on the boards. Left wing side. Got it to Gretzky. Here's Gretzky starting back out. 3-on-2 for the Kings. Gretzky across the line. Now to Sandstrom. In front. He shoots. He scores! Sandstrom with a short-handed goal. Gretzky came across the line. Gretzky took two guys with him, gave it to Sandstrom. He cut in front and on the backhand, put it up high. Gretzky's fourth point of the night. Sandstrom with a goal, and the Kings lead 5-1.
Short-handed goal. Sandstrom with a beautiful shot. Well, he gets Gordon leaning, digs to his backhand, and just chips it in for his 25th of the season.
Now a shot wide by Lozelle, wide of the King net to the right. Kings are back at full strength. Here's Marois with a drive and hit a skate on the way in. Taken by Thomas Sandstrom. Sandstrom up the center. Sandstrom across the blue line, right side. Quebec zone sends it down the left wing corner, and should have been a holding penalty there as somebody had a hold of, was Gillis had a pretty good hold on Kruzhelnyski's sweater. Kings can't hang on to it. Here's Gillis at center ice for Quebec. Drives it down the King zone. Left side, Jeff Jackson. He's got Quebec's goal tonight. He can't hang on to it. Kings have it and start back out again. Pass up to Benning. Benning at center ice. Tips it over to Kruzhelnyski. Kruzhelnyski across the line. Down the right side. Checked along the boards. Gets away from the check. Tried to give it to Benning, but it's broken up now. Kruzhelnyski trying to get it again, Quebec zone, and it's taken away by Mario Marois. 15-12 left to go here in the third period. Puck comes up to center ice and bounces down in the Quebec zone. Taken by Severin down the left side, sends it down in deep, broken up by McSorley for the Kings, and he clears it back out to center. 14:55 to go in the third, with the Kings up 5-1, trying to break the 5-game losing streak. Well on their way to doing that. At center ice, here's Stefan Morin. His first NHL game comes down the right side, but he cannot go it any further. Can't get around Casper. Casper tipped it away. Now Allison with it in the Kings zone. Sends it into Fraser. Now on the right side it goes to McSorley. He clears it out to center ice at the red line, taken away by Brent Severin. Now the Nordiques with it again. Stefan Morin down the right side. Kings zone. Gets a shot to stick save by Gaza. Puck comes along the boards to the right side. McSorley trying to pry it loose. It comes up the middle. Kings clear it to the blue line, but not out. Held in by Petit. Now a backhander in front by Goulet. Comes to the right side to Fortier. Is shot wide. Taken by Casper for the Kings. Here's Casper. He clears it to the blue line. Petit tried to hold it in. He's checked by Allison. And the Nordiques do hold it in, but it's taken by Peter Tracer. Tracer for the Kings. His pass stolen by Fortier. Fortier left side. Kings zone. Fortier now in a shot by Sakic wide to the right. Rebound to Petit. At the right point, he holds it in, sends it down along the right wing boards. Kings trying to clear it out, and they do. Todd Ellick clears it out to center. Puck rolls all the way down to the Quebec zone. They wave off any icing with 13:42 to go in the third. Here's Robitaille. He gives it to Taylor. Quebec zone. Taylor in the slot. Can't get the shot. And the puck rolls into the left wing corner. Sakic with it there. Sakic to McRae. He sweeps it up to center ice to Tony McKechnie. McKechnie on the left side. Sends it right back down the right side. Quebec zone. McRae from a steep angle and a save made by Gosselin. Puck taken along the boards and now behind the net by McKechnie. McKechnie trying to bring it out for the wraparound. Laidlaw broke it up. Now it comes over to Dave Taylor. Taylor on the right side, clears it high in the air, out to center ice, played by Robitaille. Robitaille sends it back over toward Todd Ellick on the left side, but it's broken up. Here's Marois with it in his own zone. He one-hands it out to center ice. Nordiques in front of their own bench with it now. 13 minutes left to go in the third period. Kings are up 5-1. On the right side, Joe Sakic. Sakic can't get around Kruzhelnyski. Took it away. Kruzhelnyski's pass broken up at center ice, right in the center circle by McKechnie. Back over to Joe Sakic. Sakic across the line, tried to get down the left side, hooks it around Duchesne down in deep. Here's McRae battling for it, back behind the King net, gets it to McKechnie. McKechnie in the right wing corner, gets it over to Michel Petit. Petit in the right wing board. Petit trying to walk in. He's checked by Taylor. Taylor with it, slaps it around the boards, then breaking the center, but it's out of his reach was Robitaille. Puck comes down in deep in the Quebec zone, and we have an icing call against the Kings.
In shots, 26-13, 3 apiece here in the third period, but 2 of those 3 have gone in for the Kings. Gretzky at 132 and Sandstrom shorthanded at 353. Kings now with 8 shorthanded goals on the season. They've given up 12. Gretzky a 4-point night.
Right point, Petit with a shot and a stick save by Gosselin, and the puck comes back to center. Here's Kruzhelnyski down the right side, Quebec zone. Kruzhelnyski driving behind the net, rolls the puck into the corner. He's checked it full from behind, and a penalty to Quebec.
Yeah, they tied up his left arm, and I think they're going to get a penalty for holding. Kruzhelnyski driving with the puck and drawing the penalty. Holding 751, a former first-round pick back in '88. Kruzhelnyski driving at a half a step on Leschyshyn all the way in, and the young defenseman stays right with Mike. You can see just grabbing a hold of Mike's left arm and draws the penalty. Kings on the power play for the 5th time tonight. They're 2 of 4.
And the Kings with it. Fraser at the left point. Quebec zone into Mike Allison. Allison over to Gretzky. Here's Gretzky back to the blue line to Fraser. He can't hold it in. He got by him. He controls it at center ice and gives it over to Steve Duchesne. Duchesne to the red line. Kings have a 5-1 lead with 11:51 left to go in the third. Here's Duchesne giving it to Mike Allison, Quebec zone. He slaps it hard around the boards over the right side to Gretzky. Gretzky went down in the corner. He gave it there as the Kings, Thomas Sandstrom with it now. Sandstrom with all the right wing boards. Comes to the top of the circle. Tried to give it into Gretzky. Gretzky's trying to roll. He scores! Gretzky was passing to Allison, and he put it off the goaltender into the net. And a big smile on his face. The Kings now lead 6-1.
Well, on the last road trip, that's the type of shot that would beat the Kings. So maybe the Kings finally have bottomed out, and they're starting to go in the right direction. Gretzky with his second of the period and game, 33rd of the season. The goal at 8:27. Gretzky about 4 feet behind the goal line. has it go off the stick of the goaltender Gordon right between his pads. A look from behind the goaltender. Gretzky down low. Gordon tries to knock down the pass, and he inadvertently deflects it right behind him between his legs. Sandstrom will get 1 assist. So Gretzky a 5-point night. Sandstrom a 4-point night.
Now the puck rolls in the Quebec zone. Gretzky with 2 goals and 3 assists. Up the middle, Kings intercept. Here's Robitaille. Save in front. Rebound. And a score. Bob Kudelski got the rebound. It was almost saved again, but it rolled across the line. And everything's going the Kings' way tonight for a change. Michel Bergeron, the Quebec coach, can't believe it. He's got his mouth open, his eyes halfway shut, and he doesn't understand what's going on here. Robbie Fedoruk's writing him a note.
Timeout, he says. Wait a minute, what's going on? Right up the middle, Robitaille fakes the shot, takes the shot after he steps around everybody, and a great defensive play by Severn, the young defenseman, and then Kudelski put it in off McKegney's stick. Second look at the goal. You see Gordon go down. Now Robitaille shot. A great save by the defenseman Severn right there, but Kudelski backhands it in off the stick of McKegney as it just trickles over. Kings with 2 goals in 22 seconds right there. And you saw the look on Bergeron's face on the simulcast, and he finally said, whoa, timeout. Kudelski with the goal as it went in off a stick or 2. 19th of the year for Kudelski. Robitaille will get 1 assist. Here's the call in the 7th.
Well, it's 7-1 Kings, and this game is coming to you live from the sold-out Great Western Forum.
Kings Hockey is brought to you by your Toyota dealers and their quality line of cars and trucks. Toyota, I love what you do for me. And by Great Western's family of companies with over $35 billion in assets. 100 years strong. Great Western, we'll always be there.
Now the Kings with a 7-1 lead. Play underway again. Here's Robitaille at center ice. Across the line to Casper, to Robitaille. Robitaille down the left side. Luke still with it. Into the circle, into the slot. Backhander save made. Rebound is deflected up in the air. Knocked down by Kudelski over to Robitaille. Both teams at full strength. Robitaille the right point. He holds it in the backhand. 7-1 Kings as they have scored quickly here. A couple of weird goals. Here is a pass by Halkitis in the middle, right in the slot to Robitaille, and he didn't get it. Pass ahead into the Kings zone by Quebec. Now they tried to get it to McRae, but it was out of his reach. Forche's pass. Now it comes back into the corner on the right side. Held in there as the Nordiques try to move it into the corner. McKegney with it. He lost it. Kings have it. They move it up to Robitaille. Robitaille to center. Robitaille trying to feed it through to the Quebec blue line to Bob Kudelski, who was headed there. 10-10 left to go here in the 3rd period. And the Kings have broken this one wide open, although really Quebec has never threatened all night long. Puck comes down in back behind the King net, and Bukestad goes for it there. Went to throw a hip check. The puck rolls away over to Brent Severn. Severn on the left side. He can't hang on. Bukestad tried to clear it. Hit a skate. Bounces back to Duchesne. Up to center ice to Kruzhniski. Over to Bukestad. He had to hang to stay on side. He let the puck go, and the Nordiques drive it all the way back in the King zone. Kings moving out again from our right to our left. Pass up the middle. Just did get through to Kruzhniski. Kruzhniski down the right side. Kruzhniski driving down the corner. Puck is back behind the net. Bodies flying all over. Getting up there is Bukestad. He gets knocked down again from behind by Forche. Puck comes up on the left side. And the Nordiques clear it out to center. Michel Goulet, but it's taken away by Benning, and he drives it right back behind the Quebec net.
Well, this is exactly the pattern that the Nordiques have followed all season long. They stay close for the first half of the game, and then things just fall apart, and they're just not in it anymore.
Here's Jeff Jackson. Jackson centering it in the Kings zone, taken away by Peter Preisler. Preisler and McSorley are back defensively. Preisler trying to give it to Sandstrom on the left side, but Marois intercepts. Quebec with it. Jeff Jackson, he's got their goal tonight. He shoots, and a save made off the blocker by Gosling. Puck comes back behind the King net, then rolls into the corner. And one Quebec player, Jackson, was double teamed, knocked down in the corner. He's hurt. Puck is back in the right corner, and the whistle blows, and Jeff Jackson is up leaning on his stick for support.
I think it's his right leg. They got it pinned against the boards as he was double teamed, as you mentioned. Jackson waving off the trainer, but the trainer's going to come out anyway. 7-1 Kings. We'll be back. This is the Los Angeles Kings Hockey Network. 15 by McSorley and Fraisler. And you see McSorley's leg was up and between the two legs of Jackson. And he might have twisted it a little bit as he was pinned on the far side. But a good sign is that he remains on the Nordique bench and he's not going off to the room for further repairs. 4 goals, 5 shots this period for the Kings. Gretzky, Sandstrom, Gretzky again, and Kudelski. Again, Gretzky and Sandstrom, 9 points between the two. Gretzky 2 and 3, Sandstrom 1 and 3.
Now the puck at the blue line of the Kings held in there by Paul Gillis for Quebec, and he sends it back behind the King net. Taken there by Benning to Sandstrom. Sandstrom to center to Fraisler. Fraisler left side. Fraisler with room. Shoots wide to the left side. Rebound off the boards. Comes into the corner. Nordiques moving around the boards on the right side now. And it's taken by Michel Petit. Up to center ice. Got a man breaking down the left side across the line. Here's Loisel with a shot from the steep angle. Save made in the glove of Goslin. And the Kings drive it out to center ice. Puck comes back in the Quebec zone. Gretzky cruising in with the goaltender. Scott Gordon comes out to play it. He moves it up on the right side, and the puck comes out of play into the Quebec bench. 8:02 to go in the third. The Kings leading 7-1.
Wayne Gretzky with a 5-point performance tonight. Leading the charge is picked up points. And just about every situation tonight that the Kings have scored. February 18th of '89, the Kings beat Quebec 11-3. Gretzky got career point number 1800. That was just about a year ago.
Yeah, a year ago tomorrow. Well, the Kings have really fattened up on Quebec this year. This will be their third win. Beat them 8-4 in Quebec. Beat them 6-1 here. Now lead 7-1 here tonight. Puck taken by the Kings. Dave Taylor to Robitaille. Quebec zone. Left point. Shot from there. A save on the shot. Now on the right side. The Kings roll it in front as Duchesne's pass. Alquitas had the first shot. And then Duchesne's pass rolled into the corner. Nordiques take it away. Here is Tony Herkus. He gets knocked down the King line. Puck sent back in the King zone. Picked up by Duchesne. Duchesne to Robitaille. Robitaille gives it to Todd Ellick. Ellick across the line, tips it down in the corner, chases it in himself. Brett Severn there for the Nordiques. Puck is still battled for in the corner. Now Tony Herkus tried to clear it up to the blue line. He did. Nordiques come back to center ice now, trailing 7-1. Pass to the right side to Peter Stastny, tipped away from him by Benning. Now Todd Ellick at center ice for the Kings, sends it down the left side in the Quebec zone. We're down to 7 minutes left to go in the third period with the Kings up by 6 goals at 7-1. Here's Marc Fortier. Fortier for Quebec across the King line. He gets stopped there as the Kings' Marty McSorley stepped in his way. And here's Steve Casper. Casper for the Kings. Pulled down from behind. They let it go. Puck comes out to center ice. Picked up now by Goulet. His pass to the King line broken up. McSorley sends it back to center. Fortier with it for Quebec. He gives it to Michel Petit. Petit in the King zone. Petit shot deflected by Benning. Then pushed back in the corner off the glove of McSorley. And the Kings come back. Casper sending it on the right side. Kudelski, Quebec zone. He shoots and a save by Gordon. And he covers up the rebound. 6:23 to go in the third period with the Kings up 7-1. And a crowd tonight, 21st sellout of the year, 16,005. 21st sellout of the season. And remember, the Kings are taking orders for next year's season seats, and you can call during normal business hours, 213-673-6003. Well, a long night for the youngster, Scott Gordon, out of Brockton, Massachusetts. Face off to his left. 7-1 Kings with 6:23 to go in the third. Kings with Mike Kruzhelnyski out to take the draw. He tried to get it to John Tonelli, but it's broken up by Curtis Lasisha. Nordiques come back. Pass across the King blue line and down the right side. Into the King zone. Bukestad plays it there. Around to Duchesne. He gets it up on the left side. Cleared to center by John Tonelli. Quebec had lost 11 in a row, Nick, and the Vancouver Canucks at that point were making a little run at the Kings. They had won 4 straight, and they went into Quebec, and they got beat as the Nordiques ended that 11-game losing streak. But then they went and lost again, so they've lost 12 of 13 coming in tonight.
This is their 59th game. They have now given up 302 goals. Up
to center ice, pass by Bukestad into the Quebec zone. So the Nordiques, as Nick has said, they're going to have to wait for the youngsters to develop. And the way they're going, they're going to get some pretty good draft choices. Now to center ice. Pass to the red line, broken up by Petit for Quebec. 5:27 to go in the third, with the Kings up 7-1. This is the start of a 5-game homestand for the Kings. They hope to get things turned around here, as they're going to bring a 5-game losing streak here tonight. Here's Thomas Sandstrom down the right side into the Quebec zone. Sandstrom into the corner, hangs on to the puck, but then loses it down in deep as the Nordiques send it around to Jeff Jackson. Jackson tips it out to center. We're down to 5 minutes to go in the third. Wayne Gretzky out for the Kings. 5 points tonight. Sandstrom with 4. Nordiques with it though at the King line. Offside as Jackson touches it. So with 4:53 to go in the third, the Kings lead at 7-1. This is the Los Angeles Kings.
Time this year, 5 points in a game. 86 times in his career now, 5 or more points in a game. Wayne Gretzky. Now with 116 points, and he's closing in on Mario Lemieux.
Now the Kings with again. Sandstrom to Benning, and he can't get as it came down the slot. Puck is taken by Allison. Allison left wing corner. Quebec zone can't hang on. Nordiques started back out to center. 4:37 to go in the game. Puck comes down across the line, taken away by Peter Praisler for the Kings. Praisler back up to center. Praisler's pass ahead to Gretzky. Gretzky, Quebec zone. Heels back to the left point. His pass is deflected up in the air. Nordiques with it. Severin moves it to center as the Nordiques get it over to Loiselle on the right side now, but he can't get around Praisler, who pokes it away. Now Loiselle puts behind the net. A wrap around and a save by Gosling as Herkus came around from behind the net, and we've got a penalty coming up here.
I think one of the Nordiques is down in the near corner. Loiselle.
Peter
This could be
a penalty, and the Quebec Nordiques are upset at Peter.
Yeah, I think he's going to get a 5-minute penalty. I think he's gone for the game. That was the motion from Rob Schick, the referee. He made a motion to the Kings exit door where they come on and off the ice to Praisler, like, get out, you're gone. It was in the near corner. I didn't see what happened. Loiselle chasing down a loose puck, and that's the case. Praisler is gone for the game, so either gets a 5-minute major for getting a stick up or perhaps a match penalty. We'll have to wait and see. The penalty here at 15:47.
Peter Praisler heads down the hallway to the King dressing room. He had his second NHL goal the other night late in the game at Minnesota. Now he's going to get a penalty here, and Wayne Gretzky and Brian Benning want to go over and talk with the referee, Rob Schick.
Well, Loiselle gets the puck. He's cross-checked into the boards. The puck comes in front, and then the wraparound attempt. I don't think that was the penalty right there. I don't think it was on the hit on the boards. I think it must have been afterwards. Now afterwards, Praisler jabbing, spearing. There it is. I think he's going to go for spearing Loiselle in the midsection. So that's an automatic game misconduct in the 5-minute major. Steve Finn has also left the ice surface for Quebec. So based on that second replay we saw, it probably will be spearing on Peter Praisler. With 4:13 left and the Kings in front, 7-1.
Quebec penalties.
Here's the announcement.
Number 20, Claude Loiselle.
2 minutes for roughing. To number 29, Stephen Finn, a 10-minute misconduct. Los Angeles penalties. To number 25, Peter Praisler, 5-minute major penalty for spearing and an automatic game misconduct. Time of the penalties, 15:47.
So Praisler gets his first stick-related major of the season. Loiselle gets 2 for roughing, and then Finn a misconduct. So both clubs will be shy a skater for 2 minutes, and then, barring further penalties, the Nordiques will work on the rest of that major penalty to Praisler with the power play for the rest of the game, which will only be 2:13. Rob Schick calling Praisler for the spear. He clearly made that motion.
Now the Nordiques back in their own zone, so this major power play is going to come far too late for them. It's 7-1 Kings. We've got 4 minutes to go in the third period. Puck comes down into the Kings zone, and back to get it, Tom Laidlaw. Laidlaw back behind the net. He waits there. Still has it, moves it over to Luke Robitaille. Luke's got a goal tonight. He sends it back behind the net to Laidlaw. Laidlaw's pass into the corner. Now sent up to the blue line to Todd Ellick. Here's Ellick with Robitaille. Gives it to Robitaille right side. He pulled up. He got it to Ellick in the slot, but he can't get a good shot. He spun around, but he was checked there by Michel Petit. Back come the Nordiques. Both teams are shy a man. The puck comes to the blue line, tipped away, and back out to center. Nordiques with it again. Here's a pass off on the right side to Joe Sakic. King zone. Sakic down in the corner. He's checked there by Waters. Spins away. Goes behind the net. Tried to wrap around and is shot wide. Into the corner. Gretzky hops on the rebound. Gretzky's pass in the King zone goes to Laidlaw. In 1 minute now, the Nordiques will have that major power play for 3 minutes. Puck comes up to center ice. Kings with it. Kings are not in trouble. 3 minutes to go in the game, and they have a 7-1 lead. Now back in the King zone. Here's Waters. He got it from Sandstrom. Pass to the blue line. Nordiques hold it in the King zone. A shot glove save by Goslin on the shot by Fortier in the slot. Puck taken by the Kings again. 30 seconds left to go in the Quebec penalty to Loiselle, and then they start on that major. Kings home again, remember, 1 o'clock on Monday afternoon, President's Day. Here is Fortier, the right point. He gets checked there. Kings clear down to center. 18 seconds left to go before the major power play starts for the Nordiques, but there's going to be just over 2 minutes left when they start on that power play. Down the left side, Brent Severin trying to get around Duchesne in the King zone. Duchesne takes it away, goes into the corner with it, moves it up to Gretzky. Kings come to center. 1 second to go. The Nordiques are on the power play now. Here's Gretzky across the line. Gretzky at the blue line, dropped it, has it again. He gets spun around, pulled down, penalty Quebec. Well, that power play lasted 6 seconds.
Holding will be the call. Gretzky with a nice little spinning move. Drew a crowd. 3 Nordiques were right there. One of them hauls down Gretzky. I think going off will be Severin. 7-1. The Kings in front. So Gretzky has been a force here tonight. You see Gretzky stop up, and the young defenseman grabs a hold of Gretzky on the left arm, and down goes Wayne. Wayne looks to find out if a penalty was going to be called, and he was right. So holding is the call here at 17:53. As Bob said, they only worked on that major for 6 seconds.
Don't forget our post-game show. Nick will be talking with one of the Kings, our star of the game, and we'll have scores of other games and highlights for you on the post-game show. We're down to 2 minutes left to go in this game, with the Kings up 7-1. Here's Leschyshyn back behind his own net. His pass knocked down, but now he gets it up to center ice to Peter Stastny right in front of the Quebec bench. Casper comes back to the Kings. He takes it away and gives it now to Benning. Here's Benning to the red line. Benning across the line down the right side. Benning centered it. It's taken away by Michel Petit. Quebec moves back to center ice now with 1:37 to go, third period. Here is Peter Stastny across the line. He gets checked. Puck is taken by Casper. Casper for the Kings. Both teams shy a man again. Up to center ice. Kings with it. Here is Benning shooting from the blue line. Saved by Gordon. Taken by Ken McRae for Quebec. McRae rolls it in the corner to Leschyshyn. Now the Nordiques will start out. 1:12 to go, third period. Kings up by 6 goals at 7-1. Big night for Gretzky and Sandstrom. Here's Peter Stastny with a Stastny with a shot. It was wide, and rebound off the boards is cleared down to center. 1 minute to go in this third period. Mario Marois back to get it. Now to Loiselle at center. He's stopped by McSorley, and he sends it back down the right side in the Quebec zone. Now Kruzhelnyski in the corner. He gets spun around, still has it. Bounces off a check, moves it left side to Halkitis. Bob Halkitis shoots wide to the right. Rebound off the boards and out to center ice. Taken by McSorley. We're down to 30 seconds left to go in this game. Halkitis looks at the clock, moves it up on the right side. Kings with it. Bukestad drops it to Gretzky. Gretzky looking for the hat trick. Goes behind the net, around in front, fell down. Center toward the net, it's tipped away. Gretzky with 2 goals and 3 assists was looking for the hat trick as he came around from behind the net, but lost his balance. And now at the King blue line, here's Bob Halkitis. His pass taken away by Sakic. He can't hang on. 5 seconds to go. Third period. Here's Ellick with Gretzky. Ellick doesn't bring it across the line. Gretzky's in offside, and the game is over. Kings outshoot Quebec 31-19 in the game and get the victory Mario Goslin with his second of the year over his former Quebec Nordiques teammates. And the Kings had everything go their way tonight. And it's something they need. A 7-1 Kings victory here tonight in front of the 21st sellout of the year at the Great Western Forum. So the Kings lead 3. The 5-game losing streak is over. We'll be back. This is the Los Angeles Kings Hockey Network. Western Forum, where the Los Angeles Kings have defeated the Quebec Nordiques tonight 7-1 in front of the sellout crowd. In the third period for the Kings, Wayne Gretzky got his second goal of the night, 32nd of the year, as Sandstrom and Preisler had his first goal of the night, I should say. Sandstrom and Preisler with the assist at 1:32, and the Kings led 4-1. Then Sandstrom with a shorthanded goal, his 25th of the year, assisted by Wayne Gretzky at 3:53. Then Gretzky with his second of the night, second of the period, 33rd of the year, from Sandstrom and Allison at 8:27. And then Bob Kudelski got his 19th of the year unassisted at 8:49, and that made it 7-1 Kings in the third period. The Kings were outshot by